Okay, we're live. Good evening, Sports Nuts. I'm F. Francisco, and thank you for joining us on another episode of the Sports Nut Project, where we aim to bring you anything and everything about sports. Okay, so tonight's episode has definitely gone to the dogs, as our special guest for tonight is professional animal trainer.
Yes.
May kulang pa doon eh. Professional animal trainer to the stars and the social elite. Please
And the
welcome,
climbers.
but most importantly, one of our closest friends, si Brad Feliciano. Welcome, Brad.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
It's a
And congrats to the new show, ha?
Okay, thank you, Brad. Itong itong sports nut project natin kasi ano rin naman yung mga endeavors mo rin naman part ng sports, 'di ba? Like yung dog agility training, 'di
Definitely.
ba? Ganda ng shirt mo ah. Ano yung
Yes,
nakasulat diyan?
yes. Oh, thank you. It says, run your dog, not your mouth.
Wow.
So, diba, it's not just about in sports, but in everything else. You have to do the work, and then before you start blabbing, then, diba,
Oo. Kumbaga,
practice,
oo.
run.
Kumbaga put in the work din. Hindi pwedeng puro utos sa
Yeah,
aso
definitely.
sa mga
Ay, hindi
animals
pwede.
natin, 'di ba? Kailangan
Hindi pwede.
may method to the madness ika nga eh. So, yun yung
Super.
method na yun yung medyo we'll try to learn a little bit about tonight para matulungan mo na natin
Definitely.
para matulungan natin yung mga ibang interested regarding sa animal training, yung mga dog lovers, hindi lang dog lovers, pati yung mga ibang animals na
Pati
tinetrain mo.
cats.
Oo.
Yes. Yeah.
Birds, at saka yung fish. Yung fish ako excited ipakita sa kanila eh.
So,
Sobrang nabilib ako nung nakita ko yung videos mo nun eh.
thank you. Hindi ako nakaget over sa fish. I had to buy a ref for the fish when it died. It took me 2 years.
Ba't ano nangyari?
Naka-cryogenics yung
Ano
fish.
nangyari doon sa fish? Ba't
Namatay na
namatay?
yung fish. Matanda na siya.
Natural causes naman.
Natural cause. Nag 7 years din siya. No?
Ganon. Ganon ba? Ano ba ang lifespan ng fishes?
And that particular fish, it's called a freshwater. If I'm not freshwater parrotfish, if I'm not mistaken, 7 to 8 years
Ah,
pushing.
okay. Nakakas-
So mine was like 7. So it's
okay. So, he lived the full life naman, kumbaga, ano.
super full and
Oo.
very stimulated. I mean, he's not just swimming around in a tank. He was
Oo.
communicating back and forth with me.
Ah,
So
so,
medyo creepy. You'll probably think twice bago ka kumain ulit ng isda.
okay. So, yan. So, bago lahat, kamustahin muna kita, Brad. Kamusta ka
Sure.
naman during this quarantine
Okay.
period? Ano naman ang pinagkakaabalahan mo dyan sa iyong mansyon?
Ito ang pinagkakaabalahan ko.
Ano?
Nali- Na-lift na ang liquor ban, but even before the liquor ban was
Ah,
on, I still have my stash, so
okay.
I'm good.
So, hindi lang
This
animal
is this is an introvert stream.
So
Oh,
hindi lang animal training nga palang i-share natin tonight, but a little bit of social climbing 101 as taught by Tita Pasing aka Brad
social
Feliciano.
climbing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yan.
Yes, she will have an appearance later, whether you like it or not. She might take over the show. So,
Wag naman.
hindi.
Share lang tayo, share. Nakakaingit ka
Share,
na,
share.
iniinggit mo naman yung ibang natin, yung ibang viewers. Bago ang lahat. Ito may mga naka-online na, may mga viewers sa Tiger.
Oh,
Si Doc Tiger. Hello po mga idol. Ikaw ang idol ko, Doc Tiger. Si
correct.
Attorney Jan Aliling. Top fan natin si Mana. Hello din, Mana. Si Miss Tessa Hakomina. Yan, go Brad daw. Si Jan Stephanie Go. Si Tabi ni Tessa. Tita Pasing. O yan, kilala rin pala niya si Tita Pasing. So, dapat mag-appearance na si Tita Pasing mamaya para sa mga fans niya. Okay? So, yun. Brad? Bukod dun
Alam
sa...
kita.
Ha?
Si Tessa, yeah.
Tessa Hakomina.
Super. Yung
Mm.
live. So nagre-rely lang ako sa phone. Hindi ko makita yung live natin sa Facebook. But anyway, let's get on with it.
Tignan,
Ayan, kita ko
tignan,
na. All
tignan,
right.
tignan mo yung link. Shinare ko dun sa chat natin.
Got it. I
Okay.
can see myself.
So bukod
Yes.
diyan sa mga pinaggagawa mo diyan sa boteng 'yan. Ano pa yung mga pinagkakaabalahan mo diyan itong past couple of months?
Alam mo, okay. Since March, since the quarantine started, I started formalizing my vlog. So every day you'll see 60-seconder or 30-seconder vlogs of dog training that I post on my Instagram na nag-reflect also on my Facebook. So
Okay.
check that out. And then
Okay.
once a week on a Saturday morning, normally at 9 o'clock, I start doing a live demo of uh, dog training. And normally, these are dog training techniques that I develop na pinag-isipan ko. And I am so proud that most of it, if not all of it, cannot be seen in any other platforms. It could have been
Okay.
done by other people. I'm the first one to record it.
Okay. So, ayun. Narinig naman nila, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng konting technical ano sa feed mo, pero more or less nakuha naman eh. So, ayan na. Nagpuputo ka na tayo sa kabilang side.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So
Super.
yung link dun sa videos mo will provide na lang dito sa thread na to para yung ibang viewers naman makita nila yung mga dog training videos mo. We'll just provide a link later on, okay?
Sure.
Okay. So for those who don't know Brad,
Sure, no problem.
kasi si Brad kasi he's one of our closest friends tuwing may private mga occasion sa family, sa amin sa dito sa bahay, palaging invited yan, hindi pwedeng hindi. Kasi kung hindi, pupunta rin naman siya eh. so, so for those who
Exactly.
don't know you, Brad, fill in mo sila kung what do you do right now? Where do you work? Yung ganon, ano yung ano yung pinagkaka main profession mo right now?
Okay. So now I am lead instructor of Better Dog Canine Behavior Center. I simply call myself a teacher. So I'm
Okay.
one of the teachers there, and I have been with the company for 11 years now, this year. And other than that, I also teach yoga on the side, and then I also paint. Um, a little over a year ago, I had my first sold out exhibit. So those are the things that I do. I paint, I teach dog training and other animal training and
Mm.
behavior, and then I do yoga. I'm also into fitness and sports, as you know.
Yes.
I used to be a swimmer. I used to play underwater hockey and
Okay.
ultimate frisbee.
Oo.
So
So yeah, si Brad, jack of all trades, 'di ba? Ang dami
super.
pinagkakaabalahan ni Tita Pasing. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
so may mga clients ka, 'di ba? Dun
Yes.
sa K9 school natin. Paano na during
Yes.
itong quarantine period? Do you keep in touch? At paano or talagang pahinga muna yung yung classes?
Okay. The classes in Better Dog in the facility totally stopped.
Okay.
So 90% of my students are on my social media. So what happens is that every time I post my daily vlogs, at least they can do something with their dogs. It may not be, it's so much fun, the things that I teach during every time I post something on social media. It's fun and it's technical, but it's simple.
Hmm.
Um, at least hindi napupurol yung mga aso nila, and we won't go back to zero
Hmm.
when we start the in
Yeah.
your face classes again. So
So
hindi
yeah.
napupurol. At least they have something to do at home and they can bond, and this is the perfect time to bond with your
Hmm.
dogs or other
Hmm.
animals.
Oo. So so nung itong current na job mo, you've been for lagpas ng 1 decade, 'di ba? Pero para sa
Yes.
amin, we've known you for like 20 years, almost 20 years na rin, mga 15 years na rin, 'di ba? Mahigit. Pero nung simula,
Yes,
alam
yes,
namin
correct.
you loved animals, pero you weren't
I did.
yeah, you really loved animals, pero ang linya mo nun was more into parang photography, 'di ba?
Yes,
'Di ba?
thank you. So,
So
okay.
ano yung
Yes.
ano yung tell us more about yung shift, bakit nag-shift? Alam mo yun, yung
So,
konting
yeah,
background
okay,
sa
it's
journey
very
mo. Yeah.
interesting. Okay. So, very interesting. In 2000, I met you 2002 or 2003.
3, mga
And then
or
I
4,
was,
parang gano'n. Ah.
yeah. And then I was taking up, I was supposed to finish na my, well, I was taking up my undergrad, and then my hobby and my thesis was in photography. After that, I took up a postgraduate course in a different school that is in photojournalism. 2007, the last family dog that we had passed away because of cancer. She had to be put down, and I made that sad decision that she had to be put down. So what I did was I also took a documentary photo of the process of her being put down, euthanized. So I'm like, you know what? I can combine taking pictures. Listen, this is really interesting. I can combine taking pictures and educating people about animals. Because this is what I do as a trainer and as a teacher to people. I ask them to take pictures of their student, animal, human, dogs, cats, fish, when they're behaving the way they prefer to behave, the way humans want them to behave. Example, if the dogs in your household is behaving well, that's when you want to give attention, action, reward, food, toys, great experience. So in a way, you are also like a photographer. You're capturing the dog when he is behaving in a well-mannered way.
Yeah.
So it's not really too far from being a photographer. I'm still taking photos, I'm still taking pictures, but instead of holding a camera, I'm holding a reward. I'm holding a treat, I'm holding a toy, or I'm holding the leash, a privilege to be walked outside and be stimulated. So that's the journey to the animal training.
So
It's
dun
pretty close. My photography background played a big role in training animals.
yeah,
So,
oo. So kaya so saan ka natuto? I
hmm.
mean, yung formal
So
schooling, ganun.
okay. So after my dog died, my dad said, "Oh, wag ka munang kumuha ng aso kasi baka maging rebound relationship lang na naman yan." So my dad told me that, and it was actually true, no? Baka maging rebound relationship yung new dog. So what he did was, you know what? I know this person from the Animal Welfare Society. Why don't you go there and then just give uh, to be a volunteer? So I did that, and then when I was working with I was cleaning the shelter. Yun yung pinaka-favorite ko because of my, di ba, I gusto ko malinis. Parang linisin ko na lang lahat yan. I met my boss there. 12, 13 years ago, I met my boss there. So he's like, oh, do you want to learn how to train the dog? And I'm like, okay, no problem. So that's how we got to know each other. That's when he started seeing the potential in me. So he was my first teacher. I have to mention him. His name's Jojo Isorena. And he was one of my first teachers in formal dog training. It was a little bit easy for me to grasp the whole concept of animal training because my mom was in psychology, my sister was in psychology, and I'm the one who's not in that, who doesn't have that background. But I also taught kids with special needs. So, and they're very much the same, animals. And this is not an insult. This is this is a compliment. They have needs. They cannot verbally communicate that much. They're highly intelligent, and you just have to figure out a different way of communicating with them.
Mm.
So yeah, my first formal training was from Jojo Isorena, and then after a year, he sent me to the States to finish a course under Karen Pryor Academy School, where I did well. So came back, and now I'm a climber.
Actually
Now,
proud nga kami ni Hershey eh. So do sa narating mo,
thank you.
kasi nakita ka namin eh. Nakita namin yung rise. Talagang rise eh. No? Yung pag-asenso
Yung
mo
rise,
dun sa field,
rise.
dun sa field na
Yes,
gustong-gusto mo. Tapos nakita namin
yes,
yung hard work, 'di ba? Although nakita rin
yes,
namin yung sacrifice kasi there was a time we didn't get to see each other. Ang tagal din nun. Almost years din yun, 'di ba? Hindi tayo nagkita kasi nakafocus ka diyan sa bagong
yes.
diyan sa ginagawa, diyan sa studies mo, diyan sa ginagawa
Oh,
mo. Tapos by the time we saw each other again,
first 3 years.
mayaman ka na,
Yumaman ako, excuse me.
yumaman ka na,
Lalo.
yumaman.
So,
So yun.
magkaiba yun.
Parang, alam mo naman, para ka naming little sister ni Hirsch. So, kung ano man yung
Yes.
na-achieve mo, ka-share mo, we're really proud of you, Brad. So, it's funny rin,
Thank you.
balik tayo doon sa sinabi mo kanina,
Sure.
yung regarding yung sa psychology, teaching
Mm-hmm.
animals, dogs in particular, involves a lot of
Yes.
psychology rin, diba? May
Mm-hmm.
mga terms
Correct.
may mga conditioning pang ina-apply diyan, 'di ba?
Yes.
Can
Yes.
you being the expert that you are pagdating sa mga bagay na 'yan, can you enlighten lang ng konti yung mga viewers regarding yung ano ba talaga yung mga first na kailangan mong malaman kung if you want to train your pets. Secondly, ano yung mga kailangan mong equip yourself? Siyempre, patience, nandun na. Pero, can you get
Oh,
more into yung detail para ma-train nila properly yung mga pets nila?
so, okay. So, for any learner, I'm gonna talk about any learner across the board. Wait lang,
Hmm.
biglang naging teacher mode ako, di ba?
Teacher
I'm
Brad
gonna
muna
talk
tayo.
about teacher Brad mode ako. So, let me talk about a learner across the board, whether is the aso, pusa, tao, pagong, it doesn't matter. So, there are two principles of learning, but not, can I please clarify, it is not limited to these two. But these are the very basics, and these are the easiest to understand. Any learner would learn through two ways. One, association. The next thing is consequence. Consequence. Pag hinawakan ko ba tong wall na to, na kuryente ako, hahawakan ko pa ba ulit yan? Baka hindi na. Baka. Okay? So that's consequential. Okay? Pag binuksan ko yung ref ng gutom ako, pag may pagkain, anong gagawin ko? The consequence is good. It's as an association also, because there's a very thin line between consequence and association. Every time I see you, I remember you, F, my coach, really good memories of me playing Ultimate Frisbee. So I have associated you of the good things. So I am motivated enough for you to tell me what to do or to teach me what to do later on. So it's nice to know what the learner has associated you with. I will say that again. It's nice to know what the learner has associated you with, positive, benign, or negative. You don't want to be on the benign side. You don't want to be on the negative side. If
Hmm.
you want to motivate any learner, whether you're coaching kids in basketball, you're teaching dogs, parrots, fish. Once you get your learner's motivation, attention will follow. Once you get your learner's attention, it will be easier for you to communicate. So that's the baseline of how I teach people and how to understand teaching whatever learner. It could be your kid. It could be a pagong. It doesn't matter. So that's one of the few very easy ways that I explain it. It could be easier, but I know your viewers are not stupid, so I can go as deep as you want or as shallow as you want.
Ah. Paano yung ano? So, yung pagdating naman sa kanila, so nabanggit mo na yung mga viewers naman. Kunyari ako, gusto ko mag-embark. mas meaningful na relationship with my pet. Siyempre,
Yes.
ihahanda ko yung sarili ko. Ano naman yung mga skills na kailangan kong matutunan? For me naman, for me. As a pet owner, ano yung kailangan kong equip yung sarili ko para mas mabilis kong maturuan yung ano ko, yung pet.
Alam mo, just like in any other sport, no, I look at dog training as a sport. It doesn't matter what discipline you're teaching your dog. Pwedeng sports ba or tricks ba yung tinuturo mo.
Mm.
But kahit na anong gusto mo ituro mo sa aso, let's just talk about dogs right now, no, para hindi
Okay.
nakakalito.
Mm.
The things that you will have to have as a human is commitment. Ako yun talaga. Everybody asks me, Brad, do I need to have patience? Brad, do I need to wake up early? Brad, do I need to have all these things? You know what? You just need to have one thing, commitment. Kasi pag may commitment ka, you will have to wake up early. And it's gonna be a little bit easier. Not easy, it's gonna be easier. Pag hindi ka if you can't communicate that much yet with your animal, and you're committed to a goal, then everything else will follow.
Okay.
You need to commit first. Everything else will follow. The second most important thing, excuse me, is a coach. Since we're talking about sports, you need to have a teacher, a coach, a friend that will teach you that have done things similar to the path that you're going to try to take before. So you must have someone who has done the same work, the same hard work, the same who had driven the same path para may konti kang guidance. So those are the two important things that you have. Later on na yung gadgets. Later on na yung what treats do I need to give my dogs?
Mm.
What do I first need to teach my dogs? Mamaya na yon. At ano na lang yun eh, it's parang icing on the cake. You need to have one, you need to commit. Two, you need to find yourself a really good coach.
Tama yun, ano? Hindi pwedeng part-time lang, ha? 'Di ba? Kasi may iba kukuha ng pet,
Hindi
tapos
pwedeng half-hearted ka.
tapos biglang ano, parang makikita lang nila yung pet nila, lalaruin nila mga every other day, every 3 days. Minsan nakakalimutan, nane-neglect yung pet. So kawawa lang, 'di ba?
Yes.
So 'yun. So
Yes. Or
ganda.
yung impulse.
Ah, yeah. So
Yeah.
ayun. Sige, tuloy mo. Ano yung may
Yeah, yung impulse na,
ah
um, oy, ang cute nung aso, sige, bibilhin ko. And then
yeah.
pagdating sa bahay after 20 hours, parang,
Ah,
oh no, nag-poop all over the place. Ayaw na
ah,
niya. So parang,
ang daming
you need
ganyan.
to commit to that. Sayang eh.
Last year nga, ang hilig na ganyan.
Oo, medyo marami.
Ang hilig na
You know what?
ganyan.
I can't blame them.
Mm. Okay. You can't blame them for... Tuloy mo, huy.
I can't blame them because
ah,
hindi pa naman sila handa. Hindi rin naman sila
ah.
educated masyado. So, it's my
ah,
job,
ah,
it's my advocacy to teach them. So,
okay. Tama yon, tama yon.
so,
Ako nga, may kilala ako, bumili ng hedgehog eh. After ilang buwan, dinala na dito sa bahay. Ito, meron kaming pet na hedgehog. Nane-neglect lang yung ano, nane-neglect lang siya. Pero ayun, masaya rin naman siyang panoorin. Ang cute.
oo, cute si Hedgehog.
Oo nga eh.
Meron din kami sa office dati.
Ah, so, ayan. So for those who are just tuning in, we're with professional animal trainer, Brad Feliciano. Actually, gusto ko sana i-cover din ng malaking time ngayon yung dog agility eh. Pero before tayo magpunta doon sa topic na yun, bago natin busisiin yung mga info regarding that, magsi-share lang ako nung ano, habang nagkukwentuhan tayo para mas makita nila on how you practice your profession. Saka para ma-amaze na rin sila sa skills mo. Pakitaan naman natin sila, Brad, nung videos, ng mga ilang videos mo, yung training videos mo. Katulad nung nabanggit ko kanina, yung sa fish, yung meron pang bird, tapos yung sa dog. Okay? So,
OMG, kabataan ko
Ayan.
ito,
So, yeah. Talk us
2011.
through na lang yung ano, yung kung ano yung ginagawa mo.
Okay, so this is Noneng the fish. The reason why we named her Noneng is because she has no name. It sounds like Noneng sounds like no
Mm.
name. So si Noneng is a scared fish because I think this is the first day that I acquired this fish. My boss just turned up and said, "Brad, I have a fish for you to train." And I'm like, "Okay, so what can I do with this fish?" Sabi niya, "Bahala ka." So when he said bahala ka, okay, let me just experiment because nobody knows how to train a fish. I've seen some videos. So I've seen one video from one of my teachers in the States. So I try to do the same thing. So what I'm trying to do here is to teach the fish to associate, again, it's association, to associate my finger with food, which is a good thing. So now, every time I touch the aquarium and every time the fish swims toward my finger, she or he gets a mark, a reward. I mark it with a light and then followed by food.
Yeah.
And then now, after a few months or weeks, hindi ko na maalala yung date nito. And then I remember changing my camera into an iPhone 4. This is 2012. So it's a lot clearer now. Mas malaki na yung fish. And as you can see, the fish is so accurate. See that? Pupunta talaga yung fish dun sa tip of my finger. And this is called the targeting. Targeting is when a learner will concentrate on, a target stick or a hand or a finger for them to follow. So you can later on use that targeting, your finger, in my finger in this case, as a way to make the fish follow and move. So now what I'm gonna do is, instead of just putting my finger on the aquarium, on the glass, I will start putting movements. So I think this is it. So I'm gonna move my finger back and forth, and now the fish is following. So that's one way of teaching also your dog how you make the dog follow. So you see, you can't lure the the fish, sorry. The fish cannot be bribed. Paano mo iba-bribe yung fish? Hawak ko sa labas yung food. So this is really amazing because how can you lure a fish? And now, after the fish have gotten really fluent at following my finger, I will now start applying the targeting, the following of the finger, to teaching the fish a new behavior, which is going through the hook, which is what you're gonna see now. So application lang to, if the fish is so fluent at following your finger, then theoretically, the fish will follow your finger through the hook, which nagkataon naman nangyari. And let me tell your viewers, hi viewers, my biggest frustration is that I never got this fish to swim from the right side of the aquarium to the left side through the hook. It's always from the left. Tingnan mo, hindi ko siya mapunta. It's always one way.
Para siya si
I never got to...
Para siya si Derek Zoolander.
Yes.
Hindi siya maka-turn left. Puro turn right lang.
Super. So, hindi ko na kasi ito yung hindi tayo nagkikita. And also the bird agility.
Ayan.
I was so into this.
So ito naman, in tunnel. So
it's an agility course na ginawa ko for birds. So if you notice, it's a different species. It's a bird, it's not a fish, but I'm also applying the same theory. The same theory is yun nga, my finger to be followed, and look at my other hand closely. The other hand is holding the food. So I'm not bribing the bird. Lalo na to, tingnan mo, the bird will go away from me, do the behavior, and then come back. Tingnan mo, my hands are not around. The bird will consciously go through it, tas babalik siya sa akin. So this is really amazing. And well, of course, I amaze myself sometimes,
Pati yung mga viewers na-amaze siguro.
I'm sure, and I can't blame them, di ba? And then,
Galing
same
din.
thing, it's the jump.
Oo. Tsaka nakaka-amaze yung
It's the
clarity ng
jump.
video. Mamahalin na siguro yung phone mo dito.
Mamahalin na yan. iPhone 4 na yata yan. Or yung Sony camcorder yata yun ng boss ko before.
Oo. So, yan. Galing,
So,
oh.
ito yung mga pinagagagawa ko.
Hmm. Actually, punta ka rito sa bahay nung one time. Nung tinrain mo yung dogs dito, nakaka-amaze eh. Kasi ang bilis eh.
Ang bilis.
Parang napaka simple lang nung ginagawa mo. May question dito si Dino Javier from the chat box, no. Ano raw
Dino
yung right
Javier. Okay.
si Dino Tangkad.
Okay.
What's the
Okay,
right
okay. I remember Dino.
what's the right age daw for kids to have a pet dog? Yung Labrador or yung German Shepherd? So he's asking yung age. Ikaw.
They should not decide. It's always okay. So if you're a parent, Dino, I'm talking to you directly. You have to make sure you're the one taking care of the dog. Because the kids will not be around until they finish school, until they can commit, which is what I'm also talking about kanina, no? Until they can actually commit to a dog and have, a life of their own, they can't have a dog unless you will be there guiding them through it. So, it doesn't matter what age. What matters is, ano ka ba? Present ka ba parate to guide them with a dog? Because having a dog, especially a big dog, is a big responsibility. Actually, any size of a dog. So Dino, if I were you, think about it. Don't base it on your kid's age. Base it upon your availability for being present on managing, taking care of the dog. Because let's face it, it's such a tough responsibility for a kid.
So ito na yung video.
Message me directly.
Oo nga, usap daw kayo ni Brad Dino. Ito naman yung ano pangalan nitong dog na to?
Oh, this is a border collie. This is my boss's border collie. Si Flirt. This is
Flirt?
from
Galing ni Flirt?
Texas. Yes, Flirt. Magaling si Flirt.
Ang galing niya bumasa ng
she
disc.
actually herds. Yes. Kasi inuunahan niya. Hina-herd niya yung disc. Tingnan mo. Uunahan niya, tapos tsaka niya kukunin. So, hindi siya basta bara-bara. Unlike the other one, si Prince, yung lalaki, you will have to throw forward.
Tulad yan, no? Yung throw na yon medyo naghang siya. Nabasa niya. May mga ibang humans
Basta
hindi mababasa yun. Eh. Mo, ang galing niya alam niya pag bumagal yung disc.
Yes.
Galing. Yung thrower kasi hindi ganun ka-accurate yung bato eh.
Excuse me. Excuse me po.
Saan nyo shoot to?
Sa fort to. Kung saan na nakatayo ang net square.
Oh, okay.
Dami pang field dati sa fort eh.
Oo nga eh. Naalala ko tuloy yung nung nag-start ako mag-ultimate, doon kami sa harap ng Go Nuts Donuts.
Yes.
Tapos
first, diba?
Tapos ginawa nilang parking lot. Ito naman.
Correct. So this is my first competition in disc dog.
So
this is in Cebu.
Paano competition to?
It's a different game. Okay. Ito ang tinatawag na, I think this is bullseye ba? Anyway, what we were practicing, kung nakita mo kanina dun sa fort, what we were practicing was distance accuracy, which means the farther it is, the dog catches it, you'll get a score, the highest score, no?
Okay.
But this one is different. You're in the center of the ring, that you will have to throw the disc in 4 points. Parang may imaginary square.
Yeah.
So nalilito yung aso ko because we never practice this. Kaya tingnan mo, iniikutan na lang niya ako like, sige, bato mo na lang kahit.
Okay.
So the point of doing this na lang is to give her as much fun as she could and to win darling of the crowd, which I did.
Cute naman.
It's not an official, but nobody can forget this competition. This was 2011.
Galing.
Parang ninja gumalaw tong si Flirt. Yeah, super galing. Super driven.
Kaya lang mukhang nalilito siya.
They kept asking my boss kung... Yes. Kasi kung makita mo, I'm not throwing in one direction. Pagkatapos niyang masalo, Pagkatapos niyang masalo where I tossed it, I have to toss it in a different direction. So nalilito siya. It's not a back and
Oo.
forth kind of thing.
Tsaka ang hirap niya, nahihirapan din siyang basahin kasi
So this is
paikot-ikot
what's going
siya.
on.
So
Yes.
ano rin siya, border collie.
This is a border collie tong si Flirt. So now,
Pareho sila.
nasalo na niya, di ba?
Oo.
Nasalo na
Si
niya, I
Flirt,
have to throw it
si
in a
Flirt,
different
si
direction.
Flirt pa rin to. Akala ko ibang, ano na, ibang dog na.
Si Flirt yan, oo. Sa Cebu
Okay.
na to, ha?
Okay.
Ayan, no? So I have to throw it naman in a different corner. So litong-lito na yung aso, which we never practiced. But again, I have to be realistic. Nung naandyan na kami, I wasn't aiming to win. I was
Ah,
aiming to just give my dog as much fun as
a good time,
uh,
yeah.
I could.
Anong mga
Yeah.
dogs? Anong mga dogs yung mga ano,
And
magagaling pwedeng frisbee dogs?
okay, the easiest to teach frisbee would be the border collies, dahil not just that they will retrieve, but they're also very fast and agile.
Okay.
The Labradors naman will retrieve, but you will have to make them a little bit more thinner para mas mahabol nila. Kasi di ba ang Labradors are really muscular. They will bring it back, no problem. Talo ka lang ng konti sa speed. And then you have the big dogs such as Belgian Malinois and then
Okay.
German Shepherds. They're really, really good.
Okay.
Pero medyo mabagal sila. Pero ang galing nila sumalo sa malayo. So this is my aggressive dog, Kahati. I
Okay.
hate using the word aggressive because it's not aggressive all the time.
Ah,
If you notice, I'm also using my hand. The hand is also a target. It's the same principle as I have used for the fish and the bird. But instead of the finger, yung buong hand ko na yung ginagamit ko to guide the dog.
okay.
Now, Kahati is a rescue dog with a broken right hind leg. Broken
Wow.
by the previous owner. Ayan.
Kawawa naman.
And I had to, and everybody had to move away from him. He hates tall, bald men, so you cannot meet him. You can't meet him. Yeah, again, now let's talk about association.
Okay.
He has associated a very bad experience with tall, bald men because
Okay.
his previous owner was a tall, bald guy. So ngayon, generalize na niya na parang, oy, masasaktan ako every time makakita ako ng tall, bald guy. Another good friend of ours, Eric Walby, he hates Eric Walby. So,
pero may way ba yun para ma-overcome niya yung ano niyang yun?
very,
Yung
very
condition
difficult. Tinamad na lang ako kasi ang dami ko rin ginawa.
Yeah.
I have 3 dogs now and then I also have a day job and I'm realistic and I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't my priority anymore. My priority was to get to a point where I can put him off leash. He runs after me kahit na maraming tao sa paligid. And of course, there's a video, that one that you just showed, as a proof that I reached my goal and I just have to keep it at that. Kasi also can I just add, viewers, let me address you again. The hardest thing when you're training for something, whether sports or dog training or other animal training, is the consistency after. A lot of people think once marunong na yung aso mo, marunong na mag-sit yung aso ko, he will sit anytime you want, anywhere you want. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. It's just like in basketball. You will have to do your drills. Kaya nga sila drills eh. Just like in music. Music na to, hindi sports. The pianist will have to do their scales. The singers, the best singers are still warming up backstage. And I've worked with a lot of people in the showbiz industry because I did a musical with a different dog. So, ang gagaling natin tong mga singers na to, perfect na sila kumanta, but they will still do their skills behind the scenes. Hindi sila complacent. So that's the word I've been trying to. Please do not be complacent, especially when you're in sports. Galit na galit si Tita Pasi.
Oo nga.
Diba? So
Triggered ka dun Yung nga pala, i-inform na rin natin sila, 'di ba? May mga kailan ba yung play na tinrain mo yung pet sa Annie ba 'yon?
Okay. Yes, okay.
Oh.
November 2016, September 2016 was the first showing of Annie the Musical.
Okay.
So, they called Better Dog, and then my boss is like, yeah, Brad can do it. Parang, okay. You know what? It takes a lot of energy from me. Kasi it, it's a live show. You are under so much pressure. And I, as a perfectionist, which I hate, no, uh, I give myself too much pressure to be perfect. And then I am very lucky to have worked with my director, Michael Stewart. Kasi siya mismo yung tumutulong mag-adjust. So everything went kind of smoothly. And then it got so much better because we kept adjusting. I worked with a lot of professionals there in that musical na hindi sila bossy type na hindi. Kung ano yung gusto namin, yun lang ang masusunod. Na parang it was a partnership. We were working together, not for each other. Ganon. So, I got lucky when it comes when that Annie came along kasi some of the people that I worked with in commercials parang no, this is what I want the dog to do. Na parang pagod na yung aso ko mali-mali yung artista niyo so paano ngayon yan, 'di ba?
Ano mga commercials pa yung mga naging part ka na may tinrain kang animal for a commercial?
Okay, some are viral. Meron yung pati mga pusa ko ha. Pedigree, was it Pedigree?
Okay.
And it's still on my Facebook. It's a long viral. And I have Chucky for my dog. And then I also have Bow and Wow. There's this really nice pet store called Bow and Wow. And I worked with a cat and a Malamute. So the cat is a very nice Scottish fold. I want to say hi to his owner and the cattery, Bonnevie Cattery. That cattery is really good. So I worked with that cat on the spot, and yung owner tsaka ako work with each other because the owner is also an expert with cats. So I'm really lucky to have worked with people who are professionals na alam mo yun, humble. Na ako nga yung hindi humble
Medyo lang. Okay. So balik tayo sa dog agility. Okay.
Yes.
Marami bang tournaments dito sa Philippines na for yung mga dog agility competitions? At saka usually saan sila ginagawa?
Okay. Yung major tournaments that I joined, 3 o 4 lang this weekend dapat meron ako sa Cebu, which is what where I go to every year. Every May we have Cebu, and then after that we have Bacolod, and then we have somewhere in Mindanao, like in Tagum or Davao.
Sino yung sino yung mga nag-organize? Sino yung mga nag-organize nitong mga tournaments?
Okay.
Anong grupo? Anong association?
So, I am under Philippine Dog Agility Association. So that's PDAA. You can check them out on Facebook. And the president is Ryan Oncabajo, who's also my coach, who also gave me this shirt. So he's my coach. He's the one teaching me Discarte. So check them out. Philippine Dog Agility Association. Okay. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. So, sorry, Philippine Dog Athletics Association.
PDAA.
Dog Athletics.
PDAA daw, sabi ni Ryan Oncabajo. Yan, PDAA.
Ayan, nanonood ba siya?
Yeah, hello daw, hello.
So anyway.
Yan, nasa Facebook.
Hi,
Hi. Hi daw.
Yeah.
Sige, ituloy mo, Brad. Tuloy mo, Tita Pasing.
Okay. So every year we have those four major competitions.
Okay.
And then what happens is that PDAA organizes them, and most of the time, if not all the time, masaya kami kasi magkakaibigan kaming lahat. There's always a competitive side to it, especially when we're on the ring. But when we're off the ring, nagiinuman kami. We're having so much fun with our pets. And then after that, we tour the place, we tour the city, and then we get together. And then after that, we also have, like, Ryan and I would always communicate. He's coaching me from Cebu. So I am proud to say that I am his first athlete to be coached online. So it started in December, I think. So hindi ko nakikita yung mga comments ha, basta bahala ka
Oo.
na dyan.
Sabihan na lang kita.
Di,
Astig
sabihan
kami.
mo na lang ako.
Ah,
Yeah. So, wow, 37 comments. Ito, medyo nakikita ko na. So anyway, Philippine Dog Athletics Association, headed
alright.
by Ryan Cabahog,
Mm.
it's an inclusive association, which means they don't care what kind of dog you have. I had a rescue dog. It's not just about pure breed dogs. Pure
Okay.
breeds are amazing, as well as non-pure breed dogs.
Mm.
Diba? If the dog is healthy physically, and the handler also, the handler's health is also important. Kasi we're playing under the sun. Pwede kang ma-heat stroke. Pwedeng ma-heat stroke yung aso mo. So that's very important as well. I have a really good friend. I don't know if she's watching. Her name's Lisa Culp. And she will always have to go through therapy before she competes in an agility competition. Kasi she needs to take care of herself. She needs to know that she's not going to pass out under the sun,
Mm.
because that can happen. It's in the middle of May. You're in the middle of the field, and it happens all the time. Even us in playing ultimate frisbee. So you have to be physically fit and healthy as well.
How do you
Can I?
enter? How do you enter itong mga tournaments na to? Like, how does one sign up?
Okay. You know what? It's as easy as go to the association, message them on Facebook. I think Ryan will reply personally, and yeah, just get in touch with the Philippine Dog Athletics Association on Facebook. Send them a private message, and they'll lead you to the process. And that's the easiest way. And I think you're gonna have to submit some photos, some for an ID picture, or a government ID. And then if you are associated with a club, then you might want to train with the club. But if you're an indie team, then that's also good, because there's a lot of people who are just showing up na parang, hi, can I join this competition? I don't have a club, I'm not under your association. Then it's welcome, because kami nga ay inclusive. So
Ayan.
hindi kami
Ayan,
exclusive.
nag-provide na si Ryan Kabahug ng link do sa chat box. So,
So sipag.
so for everyone out there, if you want to check out yung mga activities nila, yung tournament, ayan. Thank you Ryan for providing the link. I'm sure that would be
So
helpful for
hold on
some of our
ha.
viewers. Okay.
I just have to put this on because I'm losing you. I don't have batteries anymore. Hold on.
Actually, parang nagiging choppy nga raw yung nagcha-choppy yung mic eh. Kaya lang.
Oh, ayan. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Ayan. Can you hear me
Okay,
fine?
great.
Better?
Yes.
Okay.
So much better.
Baka nauubos na
Okay,
yung baterya nung mamahalin mong earbuds.
Super. So let me describe to you exactly what agility is. Agility, of course, is a sport. A dog agility is a sport that involves two members in a team, no? The human and the dog. The human is the handler that will drive the dog over and through obstacles. And the point of the game is you have to finish the most accurate way and the fastest way you can. So it's a competition of both accuracy and speed.
Yes.
So hindi pwedeng mabilis ka lang. Hindi pwedeng accurate ka lang. To be honest, my dog Kahati, he's now turning 11 years old. He's very accurate, but he's slow.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm gonna ever win again, but I know that he's not gonna knock off a bar. He's not gonna commit mistakes. But he's not as fast as when he was competing in that video that you showed earlier. So you can also, Ryan and another good friend of mine, Charlie, they are training dogs from the streets to do dog agility. Ang galing. You have to see their dogs. There's this dog from Cebu, dog ni Ryan's name's Amiga. So Amiga was rescued from the streets, and then Amiga wins in agility and frisbee. So it really doesn't have anything to do with the breed. If you're matyaga and if the dog has it also, it's very important. It's a combination of the strength of the dog and the strength of the trainer.
Yeah.
But sometimes if the dog is just really scaredy, you can't force it. So not all dogs and not all humans are built for it. But if you can find that perfect combination, then amazing.
Amazing. So that's what dog agility is for you.
Yun. So, yun. So, okay, for those who want to try out yung sport, ayan, nag-provide ng link si Ryan dun sa chat box. Just check it out. Tapos, if you want, pwede ka ba nilang kontakin, Brad? Just in case they want to, gusto nila magpa-train. After all this is over, syempre, after this quarantine period
Okay.
is over.
Yes.
Are you open para sa mga ganong klaseng training sessions?
Yes, please message me directly over Facebook. Brad Feliciano is my Facebook profile account.
Hmm.
You can also message me through my IG in Instagram account, also Brad Feliciano. So just let me know. It takes a little bit long for me to reply because there's a lot of inquiry, there's a lot of coaching that I do, especially nowadays online. No? Ang dami ko sinasagot ng mga tanong. So hang in there. If it's not an emergency, don't worry. I'll get in touch with you. I'll contact you. I will reply to you and just hang in there and be patient.
Yan,
So
ganun ka
there's
special,
so many.
ganun ka special
Yeah.
kami kay Brad. Kahit sobrang busy na busy siya, he takes time out of his hectic na schedule para
Yes.
to humor us. Thank you, Brad. So, ayun.
To humor you.
Ah,
Can I just add some more information? Wait lang, don't cut me off.
hindi
Okay.
pa kita
Can
pinapaalis.
I
Ano
just
ba?
add
Marami pa
something?
tayong pag-uusapan. Okay.
Correct.
Ah,
There's so many things that you can teach at home
mm,
to practice for agility without involving equipment.
okay. Actually,
So you can actually start.
yan yung next na itatanong ko sa iyo eh. Kung kunyari,
Okay.
merong mga pet owners dyan na gusto nila eventually ma, i-enter yung pets nila dun sa mga gantong tournaments. During this whole quarantine period, ano yung mga pwede nilang gawin para pag okay na nasimulan na uli yung mga tournaments, they hit the ground running, so to speak, tuloy-tuloy na.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. So to make the most out of your quarantine, if you're preparing for going through the agility path, no? Then for me at least, the most effective thing to prepare for is to teach them to touch your hand and to follow your hand. Because that's how I maneuver any animal. As you've seen, that's how I taught these animals to go over obstacles, to go through hoops, even the fish, the bird. And you win half the battle if the dog can concentrate on your hand where wherever you try to lead the dog with your hand too. So that's one. Number two, your physical fitness. I always tell my students, you don't have to be muscular, you don't have to be thin, you don't have to be big, you just have to be physically healthy. And what I mean is you have to know if you have fainting spells. Like I have fainting spells. And I know the trigger of my fainting spells. Para at least the association that will hold the competition will not be held liable for your health or injury. So you have to be also honest, and you have to work on your own fitness also. Some calisthenics would do, some body weight exercise would do, and a lot of endurance that you can do at home. Same thing with a dog. Ano pa? Flexibility of the dog. You can also try to make your dog spin clockwise and counterclockwise. Why is that important? Because you're always trying to ask the dog to follow you around, make tight turns. If you have a dog that is very stiff, the moment you ask that dog to make a tight turn, sometimes they dislocate their hips. It has happened before. So those are the things that you can actually teach at home. Teach the dog to spin, very tight turns to go around a pole or a cone, or in my case, in this studio, I use my fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. That's what I use. So we are not wasting time. You're doing so many things, and you don't need a big space for that. No matter how big your dog is, you can ask the dog to spin in a very small space. And it's actually beneficial to work in a small space. Why? Because their movement gets a little bit tighter, which is beneficial for you. You don't want their movements to be so big when they turn. Otherwise, you're wasting time in a competition and you're wasting energy. And then there's a big possibility of injury. So those are the things that you can do at home. And if you want to see me demo those things, you may catch me on June 6. Sorry, nag-plug ako bigla. And I'll say it
Okay
again
lang.
later. June 6, I have a demo. I have a demo June 6. And I'll tell you again, I have a list of the things that I want to promote later.
June 6, saan ka
But-
magde-demo? Online? Online.
Online
Okay,
here in the studio.
Okay.
And there's an online event. So I'm going to do that. And most of my videos from the ones that I post every day in my IG account, those are pretty universal. You can do the exercises that I teach there in a small space or in a big space, with a small dog, with a puppy, with a big dog, with an old dog. So it's very safe. It doesn't matter what breed, it doesn't matter what age, but it's very fun and it's very stimulating for your dog. So
Okay.
even with cats, so it's very applicable to cats.
So, yun.
So
Provide tayo ng provide tayo ng link eventually before June 6 dun sa event ni Brad, dun sa demo niya. So if you guys want, you can check it out. We'll be posting a link to that para makita nyo yung mga techniques ni Brad sa kanyang profession. Tapos kung meron kayong mas ibang mga technical na questions, pwede naman yung yan, si Brad na rin ang nagsabi, siya na rin nag-mention, you can hit him up sa Facebook, chat nyo na lang siya. Hindi naman daw siya suplado eh.
correct. Papansinin ko kayo, don't worry.
Kahit sikat na siya.
Ay, sikat na ako.
Sino ba yung mga Brad?
Si Tita Pasing binabay.
Tita Pasing, nai-intrigue lang ako. Sino ba yung mga celebrity, mga celebrity na clients mo?
They're not all celebrities. Most of them are socialites. Magkaiba yun. So,
Social
hindi,
elite.
well, the usual, the ones that you see on TV, hindi naman ako namimili. They are the ones that actually can't afford. Na passionate ha, kasi may oras sila. Alam mo, I always say, and this is what me and one of my clients agreed on, na parang ang middle class, ang may puso talaga at oras. So, hi to the middle class friends that I have. Sorry, I'm not in your level, but hi to you.
Ayun na si Tita Pasing, lumalabas
Ito na lumalabas si Tita Pasing.
Okay.
So hi to you, my middle class friends. I hope that we can get together soon because it's been a long time since I've been in the middle class. So anyway, so there's that. Most of the people that you see and that now suspended ABS-CBN, and some people are just from Forbes.
Tama ka yung sabi ko, yung the social elite, yung mga creme de la creme yung mga high society circles na ginagalawan mo ngayon. Talagang grabe. Sobrang proud na talaga kami sa'yo, Brad. Buti pinapansin mo pa kami ni Hirsch.
Di ba?
Saka si Manay. Buti pinapansin mo pa si Manay.
Si Manay, super.
Si Manay ba may future sa agility?
Oo, ako yung magha-handle sa kanya, siya yung patatakbuhin ko.
Oo nga, kaya nga.
agile naman yung lola mo.
Kaya lang minsan may sariling opinion yun eh. Baka pag sinabi mo pumunta siya ng kaliwa, biglang pumunta sa kanan yun.
Babatukan ko siya. First time ko mananakit ng hayop.
Wag naman. Ano yun, senior citizen na yun, kaya medyo pagbigyan mo na.
May discount na siya sa Mercury Drive.
So yun. Actually if we go into detail, aabutin tayo ng siyam-siyam dito sa kwentuhan natin. Pati yung mga technical terms pa syempre I did a little research din about yung animal training, may mga terms pa na involved sa psychology, 'di ba? Ngayon kung iisa-isahin natin 'yon, medyo, syempre, we're pressed for time. Hindi naman lahat ng tao may
Oh,
time na makinig sa atin ng ganun kahaba.
correct.
So if they,
Saka medyo boring yan.
yeah, unless sobrang interested ka talaga. Pero be that as it may, if
Yes.
you're really, really interested dito sa topic natin ngayon, you want to get into yung yung dog agility competitions, or you just want to have a more meaningful relationship with your pet,
Relationship. Yeah.
patrain, you can just contact Brad and kayo na bahalang mag-usap kung paano yung magiging agreement nyo. Basta one
Yes.
thing's for sure, your pet is going to be in phenomenal hands kasi si Brad, kita nyo naman yung video kanina, sobrang galing niya pagdating sa animals. And I've seen him live in action, yung from scratch when you trained yung pet namin dito sa bahay. Sobrang galing ni Brad, parang he really knows what he's talking about. Di ba, Brad?
Yeah, I guess. Well,
Kita mo naman yung benta ko sa'yo.
super.
Uh,
Hard na sell.
hard sell talaga. So, yun. So,
May commission po siya, viewers.
meron ako
So,
referral fee. Pakibanggit nyo na lang yung pangalan ko every time you contact Brad.
correct.
Sabihin nyo, pinatawag ko kayo. Okay? So, yun. Anything else na gusto mo i-plug, Brad, before we say goodbye?
Okay. Thank you for asking me to plug now because I will. One, follow me on my IG. That's bradfeliciano.com. Next is watch my daily vlogs because I put out daily bite-sized vlogs that you can learn from. It's pretty visual, walang talkies because it's easier to learn that way because it's a demonstration and very simple to do. No, watch my Saturday morning live on my Facebook account this time. It's also Brad Feliciano on Facebook because I do every Saturday at 9 a.m. I do the live demo. Normally, I have 5 exercises to teach, and these are mostly original exercises that I try to come up with before Saturday. So that's something that you want to look forward to. Also, watch me on June 6, 3:30 p.m. It's The Sweet Life with Pets. It's an online event, and you can watch me through the live feed under Paws and Tails Events Concept Management page. Again, that's Paws and Tails Events Concept and Management page. So that's at 3:30. Also, I'm gonna do a demonstration on my new. I have developed my own system of training called Canine Cross Training. Finally, so it started in September last year when I was trying to conceptualize this. It's a very minimalist approach to dog training, and I call it a cross training because it's something that is it complements any dog sport that you want to pursue later on, or if you already have a dog sport that you're training for. So it's a cross training, and it could also be a standalone sport later on. So I'm going to introduce that on June 6th. You don't have to have a lot of equipment for this, and I hope that you watch me on my demonstration on June 6th. So thank you so much. Kind of busy, and I'm
Oo nga.
happy.
Oo nga.
Super.
Kahit may quarantine period, sobrang busy ng lola mo.
Super. Gotta make
Which
some
is good.
money.
Sino nagsabing life has to ground to a halt just because of this? Tuloy lang tayo doon sa mga endeavors natin, doon sa mga passion natin, di ba, Brad? Si Brad
Tuloy. Yeah,
si
that's
Brad yung
true.
perfect example nun. So once again, Brad, thank you. Thank you very much for gracing. Palagi kong ginagamit yung word na yun. I have to come up with something new naman. For honoring us with your presence. And even
Yay!
si Tita Pasing, doon sa mga paglabas-labas niyo sandali. Thank you din. Thank you for imbibing your wisdom with the viewers. And I hope mas marami kang makuhang cost clients after this.
Yung mayaman, ha? Yung viewers, yung mayaman po. I'm
Kahit
kidding. Hindi po ako namimili.
kahit sobrang busy mo, thank you for taking the time out and joining us for itong project ko, itong Sports Nut project. And
Yes. Yes.
ulitin natin ulito. Lalo na pag meron kang
Yes,
gustong i-plug.
please.
Siguro let's go into
Yes.
pwede tayong gumawa ng kunyari 3-part or 4-part na series about
Correct.
animal
Correct.
training para hindi masyadong mabigat panoorin for the viewers, especially for the casuals
Oh.
like us.
Oh, let's come up with a theme. Pagka wala ng quarantine, I can visit you. We can
Oo.
brainstorm with it.
We can do live na
Yeah.
training
Full
session.
support. Yes,
Oo.
please.
So,
Yes, please. Thank you for
ayan.
guesting me in your platform. And congratulations. This is the most pressure I got. I even got myself a new lamp to light.
Yun nga.
Viewers, I am so pressured to be in F's show.
Ganun ka-pressured si Brad.
Shucks.
Bumili pa siya ng bagong camera at saka ng bagong light ng ilaw.
Yes.
Diba? Tapos ang tagal namin
Just for one episode.
inaayos pa namin yung audio kanina, nag-practice, nag-dry run kami. Kaya lang apparently yung mic ko daw ngayon naglolo ko, pero sanay na ako. Ano lang.
Salamat. It's been a great 1 hour with you. Let's do this again soon.
Let's definitely we'll do it again. Okay, so for all the viewers out there, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel or our Facebook page rather, please like and follow our Facebook page. Tapos we'll be having this episode up and running sa aming YouTube channel siguro by tomorrow afternoon or around lunchtime. Depende kung anong oras ako magising. We'll just provide the link dito sa video na rin to sa YouTube channel namin. And then for the whole Sportsnut experience, you can also follow us on Instagram at SportsnutPH and on Twitter at SportsnutPH1. So once again, we'd like to say thank you to our special guest for tonight, Brad Feliciano. And kung wala nang ipa-plug si Brad, we'd like to say shout out to sa mga viewers natin, si Sir Ryan Ong, Kabahog, Dino, Pole, Miss Sherry, Adele Maglasang Erdos, Joan Balgos, and yung mga na-mention natin kanina, sina Friday, sina Joey. Teka lang isa-isahin natin. Baka magtampo
Sige
yung
lang.
iba. Mga friends kasi natin. Miss Janice
Oo nga,
Fortes,
ang dami na pala.
si Doc Tiger,
Si Janice.
si Joey, si Mana, si Paul Le, yung isang guest natin doon sa isang episode natin for flag football
Oh,
naman.
hi Paul. Flag football, right?
Yeah,
Oo.
si Oli Balbanida, Ayan Villar, si Friday Frides, Tiny Rosales Samala, Debbie Sia, Rene Tolentino,
Si Debbie. Okay.
Megan Anderson, Lisa Culp, you mentioned her earlier,
Oh.
si Shin Mandela,
Yes.
sino ba? Chris Anderson, Mason Gillespie, Tessa Jacomina, Jan Go, okay, si Attorney Jan. Okay, so yun, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, guys. And we really appreciate your support during itong launch itong project namin. Well, it's not a launch. This is actually our 8th episode. So, basta for those who have been fervently watching this, we really appreciate your support. May pahabol pa si Z Diggy from Cebu City. TZI.
Oh, hi.
Diggy. How do you pronounce that? Si Diggy. Parang rapper yun, si PDD.
Si PDD.
So ayan, hi from Cebu. Hi. So thank you for joining us. And once again, this has been F. Francisco. And we'll see you again. So hopefully by Sunday, we'll have a very special guest from the US, probably yung good friend natin si Chris Bade, former PBA player. So until then, see you guys and thank you for the support.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Bye, Brad.
Bye-bye, F. Thank you.